right. Hi, everybody. We're here with Zusel Aguilar from Gonzaga University and here to talk about going west for a Jesuit university. So I want to start, Zusel, by asking to give a 20,000-foot overview of your college for our guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks so much for joining. My name is Zusel Aguilar. I am the admission counselor for most of the Upper Midwest. So if you apply, I'll be the one to read it. To give you an overview, so Gonzaga is, we're a Jesuit university. Undergraduate size, we're about 52 to 5,300 undergraduate students. So smaller, medium size. Our most notable programs are going to be nursing, engineering, both of which are direct admission, as well as biology, psychology, political science, business, accounting. Those are kind of the programs that we're most known for. The students that come to campus and thrive are the ones that are super involved. Most students are doing a double major, have multiple minors, are in a ton of different clubs and overall involvements. If anything, an issue of over involvement than under involvement. How we describe ourselves in terms of like spirit, it's almost obnoxious. We're at right that level where it's right before. So really active campus if you're wanting that student life where there's a lot of things to do after class during the weekends. We're a very active campus in athletics, in service. So there are a lot of opportunities, and involvements can look different for each student, but we just have a ton to offer there. So that's an overview of like academic and student life. But what I really liked is that Gonzaga provides a smaller academic experience. Our average class size is 22. We have a 11-to-1 student faculty ratio, but it feels like a bigger school with that spirit, with that involvement, with that overall like national name, especially when we're doing like in different competitions or things like that. So it's that balance of a smaller school, not too small. What that 5,000, you're going to have a good base of people that know that you know, and then every class you're going to meet new people.
That sounds terrific. One of the things that I was wondering about, a lot of students put Gonzaga on their list that are interested in Jesuit universities. Of course, we have one in St. Louis in our backyard. Then with students fly and they're going to connect in the city of Seattle, and there's a Jesuit university there, and they're going to connect and pop over to Spokane. And so why would a student make the connecting flight and the long flight from St. Louis?
Yes. So the two Jesuit schools, Gonzaga and Seattle U in the state of Washington, are very different. So the surrounding area in Seattle is very, very urban, very city-like. We have a medium balance of that. We're the second largest city, but we're not a huge, overwhelming city. So there are pros and cons with that. They're a smaller campus. We're a little bit of a larger campus. So if a student is wanting more of a smaller academic experience, just like through and through, that's a great campus for them. With us, we're so invested in our outdoor programs and what we have to offer. So like we have 5 local ski resorts within 90 miles. The closest one is 45 minutes away. So we're going to get snow here. The west side doesn't get really that much. We're not as gray and overcast as the west side. So they don't get as cold. So that's a pro for some. But we're going to have like more days of sun. So there could be snow on the ground, but it's still going to be sunny. So I grew up in California. All I really need is the sun. The temperature doesn't bother me at all. So
I hear
yeah, all I need is sunshine. That's just like really what I need for energy. So those are the pros and cons and like what a student is looking for. If they're looking for a really big city, Seattle U might be a better fit for students. If they're looking for very community centered, a city, but not as large of a city, smaller academics, but a bigger school feel, this is overall would be a better fit for students. So different students choose us for different reasons. And so those are the things that are kind of different between us too.
Fantastic. Which engineering disciplines do you have?
So we have mechanical, electrical, computer, civil, and we have a program that's engineering management. So it's a combination of business and engineering.
That is fantastic. And then what about on the computer science side? So you have computer engineering, and then where is computer science housed?
So computer science is under the School of Engineering and Applied Science. So it's in the same school. It's not direct admission though. So We have computer science and computational thinking. So it's for students that are not interested in the like data side, but still want some background in tech. So and you can concentrate in a different industry if that's something that you're interested in.
That sounds fantastic. Now, of course, how do students go on campus visits right now with everything restricted? How are you engaging with students that would be juniors? We're definitely going to promote our YouTube channel this year with our juniors that are starting to investigate this spring. How do they go about engaging?
So, I mean, every school has a ton of virtual programming. If you're talking about on campus, we are providing tours. It's just at a smaller rate. So we're only allowed right now by our health district to have 2 families visit per day. So it's really limited. When the visits go up, they tend to fill up. So while they're available, I don't want to make it seem like it's easy to get. Just so students, especially if they're coming from further away, I really want to make sure that they have a visit booked first before they have a flight. If you know that that you're not going to get an official tour and you still want to come to campus to do a self-guided tour, I work specifically with my Midwest students so much more closely because it's a bigger leap of faith to go further away from home. And so I've met with 2 students from Illinois this week, a couple students from Missouri, and which other state was I in? Indiana was last week. And so I'll meet with them, I'll chat, I'll point them to some buildings. It's not an official tour, but it's a little bit, it's what I can give right now, just in line with health guidelines. But because you're coming further away to visit, I still want to make sure that you're having some kind of feel for campus.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording so you can, I have a student in the waiting room. And so I'm going to pause. Thank you so much, Cecile.